opportunity after opportunity, grade A opportunities. Kreider missed a couple deflections. You know, they did take the game over with that. We talked, and you did mention between the first and second, they're 0 for 2 at that time of the power play, end up 0 for 6 on the night. And the one power play they give is the game winner. So certainly, we always talk about special teams, and it just hasn't clicked for them yet. And certainly was a big reason for the loss. The Smith gave them every chance to win that game, and they ended up getting the win.
A team that you're kind of just letting hang around. This is what it felt like. The Penguins, for me, controlled a good portion of that game, but then the Rangers started getting that life in that third period. That one goal just wasn't going to be enough. They couldn't get another one past the circuit, and the Rangers just poured it on in the third, got the big win.
Undoubtedly, and they were a team that had tongue lashing from their coach, and they had some internal strife. They took it out on the Penguins in the third period. Still to come here on Penguins post-game. We'll take a look at full game highlights. We'll hear from the Pens and head coach Mike Sullivan. Jay will tell us here. We'll get analysis from Mike Rupp. The whole gang is here. A disappointing 3-1 loss to the New York Rangers. And now the Penguins will have some time to chew on this one, at least till the weekend. We'll be back in a moment.
Here's big news from your local Honda dealers. 0% financing for the first time ever. There's already a million reasons to shop Honda. 0% financing makes your Honda experience even better. Get 0% financing now on your favorite Honda models, like the Honda CR-V, HR-V, Ridgeline, Pilot, and the new Passport. 0% financing. It's a first, so don't wait a second longer. Hurry in to your local Honda dealer.
Wasn't me, baby. No, it wasn't me.
Free 2-hour grocery delivery included.
Smooth driving pays off. You've never been in better hands. Austin, quicker call for a vote today.
I think the sketchy website I got this turtle from stole all my food. Have you looked on the bright side? That's my turtle. Drug protection. Discover something brighter.
It's fun you make the moves. So join the
What's up, guys? Figured I'd just hop on. If anybody wants personals or spots in these breaks and we can get it filled up, that'd be great. We have 3 breaks that are close. Geez, stuff's selling left and right on eBay. Non-stop. What's going on, people? Let me know if you want to bust any personals. You want a filler? You want teams in the football break? You want spots in the basketball break? Or a chance at some elite baseball boxes? Let me know. Get you in something.
season, how unique it is and what it is with the centers. You don't want now Jari too long either because he's back in the game. So you almost think that, and you were just about to say probably too, with the back-to-back, Jari would have played tomorrow night. But still, somehow you got to go back to him. Even though Smith is, he's deserving of another start, and you need points. But somehow you can't let your other goaltender sit too long either. They got to both stay in rhythm, and you move from there.
It's going to be 9 days anyway because the last play Thursday, they don't play until Saturday. So Jari's going to be 9 days anyway. Robert Williams' diagram is illustrated. The Jason Zucker goals are Harry S. Cohn driving 14 games.
Yeah, he's not an overly big guy, but he has the willingness to get into those high traffic areas. He's a great skater. He opens up and zips a lot. The 10-2, we see Sidney Crosby do that a lot. But the one thing, he might be the hottest penguin right now. Great movement here. He's being very responsible where he's at. Now, all the eyes are looking for Gavin Wheeler right here. So, you know, in fact, Jason Zucker just right behind that open ice. And he gets ready to attack. This is a great play because he didn't attack him. And he goes in there, Jay said it before. And he this wild beats Gavin Miller back to the net. And Gavin Miller is a bigger guy. And that's the thing I like Jason Zucker's game is trending in the right direction. Let's go for
Let's talk about the half-dozen elephants sitting in the room, and that's 0 for 6 on the power play. At one point, they were 5 for 18, so they're doing okay. Did not have any luck in Boston whatsoever. Now we see the last couple of games are issues. Certainly tonight, the first 4 plus a minute we tracked. We only had 4 shots on goal. Jake pointed out a lot of blocks.
Paulman, what's up, dude? Yeah. No, but you were talking about more personals yesterday. If you want anything, let me know. I know we did some here. You still have some that'll get shipped out. And then you have the Steelers in this. So there's the Elite Baseball, which I don't think you want to get in again. I think you said already. There's 10 teams left in the Contenders on the screen there. And then there is now 12 left in the new basketball mixer that I just posted. And I think you have a video from yesterday on all the product that I have currently for the most part.
It's hard to do when you have that much talent out there. It's easy when you throw other guys on the power play that aren't as skilled. But when you have a skilled unit like that, just say, all right, every time 71 touches it, it's got to go to the net. Every time it gets checked up top, this is, you know, you got to get some, you got to know where your outs are. You got to know where offense is going to be coming from so you can beat the PK guys and get body position. I mean, even in that play with Jason Zucker, and that wasn't a power play goal, obviously, he beat DeAndre Miller to a part of the ice. And you want to do that at the power play as well. So I just think it's too much. You see right there, around the perimeter, and then you force one to the inside. And I think all of us are sitting here thinking, shoot the puck, shoot the puck. Well, they're thinking that too. And eventually you're going to force a play, and it's unnecessary.
You know, thank you. I mean, just building on what Mike talked about. We look at the Rangers power plays when they had their opportunities. The looks that they all of a sudden created were there. Again, Panera with so much patience on that half wall to drop all the way down. Then he's looking for that one-timer. You didn't see the Penguins take advantage. You had that real look that would say, here, we've got that great opportunity. They didn't do that. But you'll always talk. You always hear it about, hey, you want to get shots through, you need to retrieve it, and you just need to outwork the opposition. But create that one look.
Basketball will be fun, guys. We're going to get 2 random tiered teams in that one. We haven't done any basketball for a while, so I wanted to throw something up that was as affordable as it can get to get into some basketball stuff. And 3 people grabbed spots up pretty quick. So there is 15 total spots, and that makes there 12 left in that one. $113 will get you into that break. Elite Baseball is only $20. There's 8 left. That's number 4 on that one, round number 4. And then on your screen there is a 4-box mixer for 2020 football. It's 2 Contenders and 2 Playbook. Both are brand new in the last couple weeks in January here. These boxes are $700, $800, $400, $500. There's 2 each in the break. 8 total cards in both, about 4 cards and 4 cards, and then 5 autos, 5 autos, so 10 autos, and then so it'll be 18 total hits, and also the other cards that are in there. We haven't done any PYTs for a while, so I wanted to give it a shot. CJ, you watch this Penguin game, man? Crosby really tried the behind the net. Backhanded. Oh my goodness, he almost got it too. He did it on the back of his stick. The cross move from behind the net. Absurd.
Do you have a passion for making a difference in the lives of others? Then join the team of dedicated direct support professionals at Pacific Memorial Homes to empower the lives of individuals with intellectual disabilities, autism, and behavioral health needs. No experience is required in any positions. You will receive comprehensive training to ensure you have the skills necessary to succeed. The average wage across all direct care positions is $15.50 per hour. Sign-on bonuses are available. Full benefits package. Visit gmhfos.org to find your career passion today.
If anybody wants a filler for a few teams or the rest of the teams in the break, let me know. If there's enough people around, we can maybe try a filler.
With the most standard safety features in its class. The all-new, fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get a loan for $29 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models. At Visualworks, we want you to feel safe. And we want you to see yourself through new glasses and think, ooh. But if you get home and you're, ooh, it's more fun. You have 100 days to change your mind. That's the Visualworks difference. Visualworks, see the difference.
Free Coffee Mondays for members only. Try the smoky dark berry notes of New Explorer batch or the rich bold taste of New Dunkin' Midnight. Let's get it done. Free medium hot coffee on Mondays for members only. Try it on the app today. America runs on Dunkin'. Here's big news from your local Honda dealer.
I know, right? He's crazy. The funny thing is he definitely thought he was going to score. I can't believe the goalie saw it, to be honest with you. He wouldn't have tried it. He's never tried it. He did it in juniors, and I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, my God. And I remember he made that goal, and then he's never tried it in the NHL, but when he does, he goes on the back of his stick with it. No, he's unbelievable. I mean, especially being in the league this long, it's just what he does, his vision, his work ethic, his skill, his knowledge. I mean, he is just so far above everybody else. It's not even funny, and has been his entire career with no signs of slowing down. We are blessed here in the Berg, man. We have Mario and now him. If only we would have kept Fleury, but we couldn't. Couldn't afford them all. Right?
This is for John Marino, please. John, we've asked you and some of your teammates about the power play, and you've spoken about getting simple and getting pucks on net. It seemed like you guys did that in the first period for the most part, but maybe veered away from that as the game wore on. Is that an accurate assessment? And just why do you think that wasn't nearly the case in the first period as the game went on?
I know, right? He sure is. He's just smarter, dude. He works harder, and he's smarter. I mean, look how many, wingers, average wingers, that he's made, turned into something that they would have never been. But then once they play with him, they get a whole different career either with us or elsewhere.
no catastrophic mistakes or anything on breakout. So kudos to everybody on the team.
Sure has.
Mike DeFebo.
John, the power play came back to hurt you guys, but it seemed like for the first two periods you were driving play and controlling possession of 5-on-5. Just where did you feel like you were going well through those first two periods, and what do you feel like didn't carry over?
Yeah, I thought we were kind of like we did in the third period. The other guy just kept playing behind him and being hard on the forecheck, hard on putts, and we even got a little away from that. But we played a good game overall.
Dan Kingerski.
Hi, John. I'm curious just how big of a difference it is to play on the left side, I'm sorry, on the right side with PO, and is it maybe a little bit better for your game to play 28, 30 minutes? You don't really think about it when you're playing. You don't really think about how many minutes you're playing. You just kind of go out there and take your one shot at it, really. But
Papa, yeah, I don't know. He was in the Bowman break the other day, but I text him sometimes. I don't know. Don't know.
This is for either player. Just what was your reaction?
He was in Bowman the other day, but he hasn't been in a whole lot now. Speaking of Bowman, that's what I'll be sorting here shortly. If we're not breaking anything, I'm going to start sorting that.
So just take the next couple of days to rest up, get some really good practices in, improve the special teams, stuff like that, and just use the time for something positive.
Last one, Mike DeFebo.
Tonight, having given up the third most goals in the NHL, but tonight, the empty netter in size, just two, and I guess just what do you feel like the defense in front of you was doing well to limit opportunities?
I think we simplified. Not many, like I said, not many catastrophic breakdowns. We, protected the slot really well, I thought. For the most part, tying up sticks and keeping them to the outside. So if we can keep doing that, I think, we'll limit the goals against and then figure out some stuff on offense and put both together.
Thanks, guys.
Massachusetts was first loss of the season. Now 3-1. Take a look at our men's leaders in terms of minutes. John Marino will sleep really well in his New York hotel bed tonight. Nearly 31 minutes of ice time. Pierre Olivier Joseph, second most. You see Howard Windles. They had talked about trying to get that third period up to 12, 13 minutes. Didn't quite get there tonight. Kind of almost tied that game, Jay, when you take a look at a late flurry. And John Marino really took the man as a young guy. That's a lot of minutes the last two games. Yeah, it really is. But they're young and they can have that. Guys get stronger, but obviously they don't want to have that happen all the time. Chris Tang is a guy that plays so many minutes, but Marino did it here tonight. And they were just talking about communicating right here. You see the Smith setting up for Marino, who's coming back. It's a dump in, they're coming after him. And you'll see when the Smith gets a chance, and we can hear they're going to yell, wheel, wheel, wheel. He wants them to keep going, right? He wants them to keep coming around the net. So it's communication between goaltender and defenseman right there. Keep going these force. Now strong.
Mike's taking the Bengals.
If they stay with it, and between Kaplan and Marino, they get the puck up ice.
9 left.
Right there, he follows it up. There's Marino getting it ahead of Malcolm. Once he gets into the neutral zone, Stairs, he's going to take center ice, a little bit more ice. Now he's basically you've got Zucker wide, and you got Malcolm coming in. Basically makes it a 2-on-1 right here. But the defenseman kind of slides over just like he should. He lets the goaltender, he wants to kind of take that away. He's going to say, okay, I'm going to slide this.
Sugar, yeah, he lives up in Canada, and shipping's kind of annoying going up there. But he likes autos. He's not into this new rookie craze where it's base non-auto stuff. So he does get in some of the products. He's like a fan of Impeccable and certain brands. So he's in some stuff. He was in one, he's in here and there. He kind of checks in. He only does football, and he only does certain brands pretty much. But yeah, I should try to get him in one of these teams here. Thought I messaged him. Maybe I didn't.
right to the end there, and just again, great play by their defenseman to keep the score 2-1.
Well, not a lot of good news tonight. There is something, however. No one was injured as far as we know. Let's take a look at our Entry Night Physical update. Earlier today, the Penguins played Brian Newman.
I just messaged him, so we'll see, CJ, if he wants to get in there. Oh, yeah, I mean, over the years, there's been, a lot of guys that have been here from day one. There's been guys that have been in and out. I don't know if you remember Lucky. Lucky was in every break for a year straight, and then he disappeared. Who else? Moz. Moz had some pizza shops in New York, and he was always in on the higher-end boxes and teams. Maserati's. Who else? Papa, like you said. FC's still around. J. Brad's still around. Justin does football only and only certain products. K-Hope does the Panthers. He's in there. I'd have to scroll back, but yeah, there's definitely been. It's hard to, a lot of the people like yourself, like, you just spend and whatever, you gamble here and there. Jay Brad just collects the Colts, and the Pacers and stuff, so he doesn't necessarily get in on the randoms or anything. But if I have PYTs, he'll have the Colts every time. Kind of like you with the Steelers. I mean, you try to take them, but yeah, Lucky, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I messaged Moz the other day, and it didn't even go through, so I don't know if he's on Facebook or I don't even know. But actually, I'm going to tag him in this because he didn't get his messages. So, yeah, I'd have to think who else we haven't seen for a while. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing in this industry. People can gamble until they aren't getting enough return, and they're not collectors, and at first they think they can gamble and make money on it, so they're in it for that, and then they do that for a couple months. Like Miller, remember Miller? He was doing that for a while. He just pops in and says what's up every now and then, but he was only in one break in the last couple of years. So some people are in it to try to make money, and then they gamble for a couple months and they quit. So people think that they could buy a bunch of teams, get a bunch of hits, and then make money because they did it one time or something. So they'll do that for a couple months, and then they'll completely quit. There's other people that collect, but they only collect certain stuff. And there's other people that have gotten into different things, like certain, a lot of people do just memorabilia. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've seen since I started this, geez, I guess it's been coming up on 6 years now, been breaking. But the biggest thing is the pricing these days, which is why we don't do as many of the PYT breaks and some of the products. Yeah, Mike Zach, exactly. He used to be in everything at the beginning. He's the one that got me into this. But he doesn't collect anymore. I mean, he just hasn't been in cards for years. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Barstool's got hit with about 9 trillion phone calls and applications, so. It's really cool to see those stories, but I mean, it's impossible for them to help everyone. Pat McAfee helped out Nesbitt's the other day, which was really awesome because he's a Plum guy and Nesbitt's is here, and they did a GoFundMe. They did apply for Barstool also, but he donated $35,000, and then we've all been ordering from there for months, and they're really busy now. So hopefully things turn around. But
Sit at 2 great chance to extend the lead, and he decided to go lacrosse without the basket, Jay.
Yeah, you don't see it too often on the backhand.
9 left. If we did a filler, let's see. I don't know if that's right. Let me see if that's right. 90, 50, 140, 220, 320, 405, 505, 535, 95, 677. So, yep. So a filler with 9 teams left. Well, a straight filler would be $86. 9 spots, random teams, but you would have a shot at the Vikings, the Packers, the Dolphins. But yeah, a little pricey for a 9-spot filler. Logan, what's up, man? So I have 3 different breaks. If you want teams in this one, I'll drop the link in the YouTube chat there for you, and you can hop on over to the store and take whoever you want. First come, first serve there. In the future, if you want to add yourself to the Facebook group, sometimes you can claim the teams in the chat and just send over Venmo or whatever. But this particular break is in the store. There's a basketball mixer that's not in the store, but I'm probably going to put it in there. There's 12 left. And there's also an Elite Baseball 2-box Raz, so to speak, with 8 left in that one. But the teams left in white that don't have a name on them, the reason the ones that have a name are just they haven't paid yet. But the teams left in white with prices next to them and no name, those are available in the store.
I'm not sure I have a good answer for you. We talked about just simplifying the game, trying to shoot the ball more, and create more offense off of that shot. And it looks like we're looking for a better play that's not there. We've got to do a better job.
Yeah, which is crazy, CJ, because I remember you told me that, but yeah, I spent a lot of time in Ramparts when I was younger. I think we probably had this conversation years ago, and I just forget. But yeah, I mean, I used to hang out with Steve Simpson and Nick Kiefer and Casey and Lachlan and Kansian, and I still talk to all. Well, Casey passed away, but I still talk to all those guys. Hang out with some of them sometimes. My roommate up at Penn State lived in the back on Dinwiddie, Eric Hoover, Adam Guillory, Chris Nichols. Forget who else lived back there, but yeah, I used to hang out with all those guys back in the day. Oh yeah, their pizza's phenomenal, dude. I go there all the time to get their pizza, once a week probably. It's the shell pizza. But yeah, I grew up at Nesbitt's as well. It's in the backyard of Plum High School. Oh yeah, Casey passed away years ago. Jeez, it's got to be. Ooh. Yep, down in the cul-de-sac. Yeah, I'm still friends with his sister. She's a manager down at Chelsea's in Oakmont, and Danny Monaco just passed away, the owner of Hofstad's and Chelsea's. So I just saw her this week. All right, so Mike paid for the Bengals. I don't know what else. Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. I'd have to look it up to find out exactly. 2006, 15 years ago. Last month, 15 years ago. That's exactly what I was going to say. It was 15 years, but I was going to be estimating. Meanwhile, it was exactly. All right, so Mike is paid up for the Bengals, and also he's sending over for his basketball mixer spot. Oh, we might have, dude. Yeah.
starting to get into the, from a fitness level standpoint, starting to get into more game shape. I think his timing is better. Cappy's his speed is really dangerous. He has a scoring touch. So he has good size. So he's strong in that area. I think Zock's playing really well right now. He's just a gritty player that's strong on punts. He goes to the net front. I think Zock's playing really well right now, and I think Gino, his game is starting to come. So we've been encouraged by the traction online. His game here over the last little while. We're just going to keep building on it.
Last one, Seth.
Mike, John Marino clocked in at over half an hour of ice time tonight. How has he done in terms of trying to provide stability for you guys in a very chaotic situation like these past few games?
He's done a great job. He's been given a huge responsibility back there out of necessity based on the amount of injuries that we have on the blue line. We're asking him to do an awful lot and in a lot of situations that maybe he wouldn't be accustomed to playing if we've got a healthy complement of defenseman. But whatever we give him, he embraces it. He's a competitive kid. He's trying to help us win. I think he's really done an admirable job back there.
Thanks, Coach.
John Marino really stepped up after a somewhat shaky start. Theo Joseph, of course, has been really remarkable. He's kind of the left-handed John Marino from last year. Mike, he had a spectacular game talking about Theo Joseph on Saturday night. He followed up with another very good performance tonight. Yeah, a lot of things don't make it on the score sheet that he does so well. I think those are the things the coaching staff really likes that he brings. Yes, 3 assists are one thing, but these are some of the intangibles that he brings. And take a look. We got him highlighted right there. Going back on his shoulder checks right here. Look at that. All right, I'm going to check out what's behind it. The puck's in the corner. I'm not going to puck watch. My job is to protect it from the net.
Sugar said no, didn't want any teams. 9 left, 8 left in Elite, 12 left in basketball. I'm just doing eBay and whatever else. If anybody wants anything, let me know.
This is what you do. That's how you create offense from the defensive zone. Now you let these guys go up and you get a great scoring chance out there, all because of the one-man breakout with Theo Joseph. I love his game. All these little intangibles that he brings. They might not make the score sheet, but he gets scoring chances out of it. All right, Mike, thank you very much. Still to come, we'll have the 3 stars in tonight's hockey game. Plus, we'll hear from Jason Zucker, the lone Penguin goal-getter tonight. Mike and Jay and I will return on the Penguins postgame show in just a moment.
FOS.org and by Ford. Visit your neighborhood Ford store today for great deals on vehicles.
All right, Jimmy's going to take the Packers.
The tops on this are just crispy and they're flavorful.
This will keep you out of my tots.
Sonic Extra Long Ultimate Cheesesteaks. Yeah, this might keep me out of your tots.
And it's an insulation. Our foods have gone through extensive communicable disease training and are equipped with proper PPE to provide our customers with an all-round safe experience. Call Mints Insulation today for your free, no-pressure estimate.
So there is 8 left.
Here's big news from your local Honda dealers. 0% financing for the first time ever. There's already a million reasons to shop Honda. 0% financing makes your Honda experience even better. Get 0% financing now on your favorite Honda models, like the Honda CR-V, HR-V, Ridgeline, Pilot, and New Passport.
Yeah, as soon as K Blue in the house. What's up, K Blue? You got it, man. That is the Cowboys off the board.
Saturday at 6.
Saturday on IPH. Jason Zucker shares the source of some key life advice and how a Sabres goal changed the Pens forever. All this month.
He said Dolphins? No, Cowboys.
And Igor Shesterkin made a big mistake on one penalty goal, but after that, he was a stone wall. That one goal was scored by Jason Zucker, his third in the last 4 games. You seem to
K Blue is paid up. Thank you, sir.
can go on streaks. Can you get on a hot streak with scoring goals?
CD Lamb chasing.
So I mean, it's more about playing the game the right way. And, you know, if you do that consistently, you're going to put yourself in
7 left. 4 to football. 8 left in Elite. And 12 now in the basketball mixer.
Jackie are 2 amazing players, so they're going to make some plays. Trying to capitalize on their chances.
Dan Kingerski.
Jason, is there one thing you can put your finger on with the power play? One thing you feel like you want to do, or the team as a whole wants to do more of in the net?
I think it's, you know, it's simple, you know, to say from the outside. You know, for me, staring at the first unit from the bench, it's easy to say.
Vikings with Justin Jefferson.
Teams make changes. They try to get us off our game and make us make adjustments as well. We're trying to do that. You know, it's definitely a work in progress. We're not happy with it. We're not happy with our special teams. You know, we gotta keep fixing it. But you know, I believe in the guys in this room that we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work hard on it. Hold each other accountable from guy to guy, from coaches to players, and players to coaches. So we gotta make sure that we, you know, we all get better as a cohesive unit. And I think, you know, the simple answer is to shoot pucks. But you know, we gotta make sure we're making adjustments and finding ways to get those good shots on net.
Seth Burwell.
Jason, John Marino had over a half hour of ice time tonight. Just how difficult of a task has it been for him to kind of provide some stability for you guys on defense there? Just how has he met that challenge from your observations?
I think Johnny's been great.
50, 160.
Veteran boys and leadership back there to try and help that decor. And obviously, you have Webby coming in now with the veteran presence, but he's learning a new system, so he's trying to lean on guys like Johnny and Rudy. You know, those two have been fantastic. You know, playing the minutes they have, I think P.O. has been very, very good as well.
Vikings off the board. Mike K. 6 left.
And I think he's doing really well. So I think those guys are all, you know, trying to hold each other together and playing very well. We have to give them a ton of credit.
With the next 2 games postponed, the Bengals have to chew on this one until Saturday night. What are the positives and negatives about getting this longer than expected break? We'll talk to Weber and Jay about that when we return on the Bengals postgame.
6 teams left to do the mixer. 8 for Elite, 12 for the basketball mixer. Plenty of personals to rip if anybody wants to do so in between. If we did a filler, it would be $77, 6 spots, or if we split that in half and made it 12 spots and a 50% chance to get in. Well, never mind, the Broncos are off the board. 5 left. Austin with the Broncos.
Gus.
5 left.
What do you think?
That's pretty good. Try another one. Win-win-win. Here from the PA Lottery with top prizes of $500,000. That's right. I'll bounce some big winning. Keep on scratching. I'm hungry all of a
$41.50 for a 10-spot filler top 5 draft. Pretty good shot at the Dolphins there for $41.50. Austin is paid up. Thank you, Austin. $10-spot filler, $41.50 each. The top 5 would draft. You have a shot at the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Redskins, the Bears, and the Niners. It does fill the break. $41.50. 5 people will get a team, 5 won't. Mike is paid up for the Vikings. Thank you, Mike.
Are there some good things, positive things about this delay? And if so, what are they? And what are the negative things?
9 left in the filler. K Blue's in for 1. 9 left in the filler.
Some of the injured guys maybe buy a little more time, and guys who are playing every other night to get rest their bodies and practice time, which you don't get. So for Jari and Smith, especially Jari trying to find this game, I would look at it that way. I think the
Austin, you want in the filler? 8 left. 8 left for the filler.
You could use that for a little bit later on in the schedule, and we all know that you're much talking about it. A chance to work on our power play with solid practice time.
That's what I was going to say. Is that I think if you do the power play now, you'll probably see some changes, some changes that won't notice. You're going to get more practice time over this.
8 fillers left.
Yeah, same thing. It's kind of like using your credit card, right? You're going to eventually have to pay that bill, but you just now, it's got to be your schedule later on, so you got to manage that time appropriately right now.
Yeah, like Whippy said, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, but sooner or later you will pay.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like I said, what they're getting through, the NFL to complete their season, Major League Baseball, NBA going through all this, what the pro athletes are trying to do, and the ownership of the league in general is something special. There's a lot that's going on, a lot of moving parts. So we're glad to get to this point. Hopefully, this is all we have to do with. Now we'd like you to go home.
Tua. That's the Dolphins. That's why they're up there. Not quite as much as the Chargers and the Bengals, though. Yeah, K Blue, I figured you might want in that basketball mixer. I don't know if you want in that elite baseball thing, but the basketball mixer is $113 for 2 teams. That's pretty good for basketball. 15 spots, 113 to get 2 tiered random teams. And the boxes are right here. In fact, I'll put these up here. Maybe we get some action on that one. It's actually pretty awesome. 113. There's 12 left in this one. I just put it up like an hour or 2 ago. It's a box of that Optic Mega that you got in, which have gone up to like $400 some. Court Kings, which is like a $700 box. Clearly Donruss, which is $400, and then a hanger from Chronicles, which is like $65, $70. So 4-box mixer. You're going to get 2 tiered teams for $113. So basically, it's less than $60 per team. And I'm going to tier them the best that I can, and then we'll do that mixer as well. So 12 left in that one. I'm excited to do some basketball for once. We haven't done any for a while, so looking forward to filling that one up. 3 people jumped in real quick. 8 left in the filler, 12 left in basketball, 8 left in elite. That's where we're at. 8 left to break the football. You got it, K Blue. You don't have to send now if you don't want to. If you need to tab it or whatever, that is fine. But I will put you on the list. That is Jeff, Mike, Jimmy, and K Blue. So that is 4. Makes 11 left.
Or somewhere in between. When you have eaten our takeout, no matter where you go, smiles are sure to follow.
All right, you are paid up, sir.
Coming up on the season premiere of Inside Paper Talk, presented by
Thank you.
Jason Zucker has had 5 seasons of 24 goals in his career, so he knows all too well that you can't score if you don't shoot. Advice that he received from a special young man that he will never forget.
We're there in the opportunity one day, playing Xbox, just stop the game. You know what? That's the thing. He was that type of kid. He always had some advice. He always had something. He was always talking.
As a player and a coach, Mike Brikis had plenty of choices to make on the ice, but two particular decisions.
8 left in Elite, 8 left in the filler, 11 left in the basketball. We'll keep the filler going unless somebody wants to take some teams, and then we'll that'll help us fill it. So if we do it that way, that's fine too.
Anything other than Penguins' lack of goal. That may have been the case, however, were it not for a heartbreaking goal scored off the stick of Uwe Krupp. And we had a virtual visit to get to know one of the newest Penguins, forward Mark Jankowski, answered some questions and took some key advice. If you want to get in good with your captain, Sid's a huge chicken farm guy. Okay, huge. Just throw it out. And we are advising you to put down the remote. Inside Penguins Hockey starts right now.
All right, Garland is in for the basketball mixer. We're down to 10.
We kick off the new season of IPH from our
10 left, basketball mixer.
on the podcast, and welcome to Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by UPMC, the official healthcare
10, 8, and 8.
You know, players are always looking for ways to improve. Attorneys need to keep an open mind. A couple years ago, Jason Zucker received some pretty good advice from a young man, and it's still helping him today. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Words once spoken by Wayne Gretzky, and good advice for a player at any level of hockey.
The shoot more aspect has become more of a life motto. It's not just the aspect of shooting on the ice. It's so many more opportunities you have to take a chance.
8 fillers left. 10 basketball.
As a forward, Jason has always carried a shooter's mentality. A chance to score a goal surely welcome. And the same held true for a chance meeting with Tucker Hillstrom in December 2015.
You can tell right away that he was a huge sport fan. He was one of those kids that had that energy about him that excited to meet him and in the room. It was really, really fun.
Zucker and his wild teammates were visiting patients at the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital. Smiles were not hard to find, especially when Tucker surprised Zucker with a gift.
The T-shirt was his family T-shirt that they made for him in his cancer battle. And on the back of it, it said Zucker, but the Z was crossed out and there was a T there for Tucker. And so his favorite number was 16, so I think that's why he became a big fan right away. And so he was great. And the cool part about that visit was most visits are 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. I think Jared Spurgeon and I stayed in there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, talking to his family. We played video games. We hung out. It was a good time.
Jason quickly learned about Tucker's battle with osteosarcoma, a rare form of bone cancer, but that did not slow their friendship, which continued through video games or constructive criticism.
We're there at the hospital visiting one day, playing Xbox, and it just stops the game. He goes, you know what? I got some advice for you. And he was that type of kid. He always had some advice. He always had something. He was always talking. And he's like, you need to back check hard and shoot more. And I'm looking at him. I'm 9 years old. That's great advice.
As their friendship grew, unfortunately, Tucker's cancer would do the same, forcing the amputation on his leg above the knee and eventually spreading to his brain. By late June of 2016, Jason learned that his friend didn't have much time left, which prompted
We're almost there, people. Can we keep it rolling?
of Tucker.
He autographed it back and gave it to me, and that was kind of tattooed on my wrist would shoot more. You know, again, is something that I'll never forget that.
Tucker would pass away.
Nice little basketball mixer. 42 cards in the Optic Mega. 30 cards in the Chronicles hanger box. And then clearly in Court King's hobby boxes, which have 20 cards in the clearly, 10 cards in the Court Kings. We're getting there. We're getting there.
The goal is to with other charitable charities like Jason's ad campaign, UNRL.co, where proceeds go back to the broadcast studio and hopefully beyond.
We're definitely going to expand it into Pittsburgh during next season, so we're looking forward to getting the story out there a little bit more and you know, showing everybody the true side of what P16 is and let them learn more about it. Hopefully get them all involved.
Still to come on Inside Vegas Hockey, presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins. To say that Mike Luici's 2 trips to the NHL were improbable might be putting it mildly. A story of perseverance that you won't want to miss is coming up next.
You have an awful voice. What's your point? My point is that the COVID virus has changed things for our clients. Some have lost hours, some have lost jobs, some businesses have had to change the way they operate. And Steidl and Steinberg will meet with you for free and see what options make sense. Steidl and Steinberg, goodbyedebt.com. With our experience, why go anywhere else? Do they make sound proof the best yet? I knew that there was going to be a lot of jobs coming out with the whole gas oil deal. So that's why I picked welding. My experience at Triangle Tech was awesome. I couldn't ask for a better school. For me, I went right from Triangle Tech, and it was within a week I started working at Forum Energy Technologies. 64% of our direct labor force are welders. Of that, 25% are Triangle Tech graduates. And they've all been integral to our success.
They're offering a new 8-month diploma program in industrial and structural welding at all locations.
Mike Luigi, the head coach of Wilkes-Barre Scranton just a season ago, is now leading the PK unit here in Pittsburgh. Giving up is simply not an option for anyone on that unit because, well, the odds are already stacked against them. That's something that Mike knows all too well. His story is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
At the age of 4, Mike Luigi was a product of his surroundings when it came to playing hockey.
I had 3 older brothers, so I got to escape with them. I think I was 4 years old playing with my brothers who were 5 or 6 at the time. So, you know, that was a long time ago in outdoor rink down in Detroit.
With 3 older brothers, playing sports was always high on the list of things to do growing up in Michigan. However, Mike also excelled in football and baseball, so a decision had to be made.
At 16, I had to make a decision. I was playing American League baseball, and I was just traveling. I was one of the youngest kids. At that point, I was going to go play juniors in the Ontario Hockey League. I had to make a decision for baseball or hockey.
That focus began while playing pitch and major, where he found himself on the blue line with the likes of future NHL players like Al Iafrate and Kevin Hatcher. The defenseman could find more ice time with another team, though less would be more if he stayed put.
I remember asking my dad, do I want to play for these guys to be the last player, or do I want to go to a different team and play a cup? And he said, well, let's think about it, put the pros and the cons. And one of the things that the pros was is that you get to practice just about every day. And think about how good you're going to be able to become if you practice just about every day.
The decision was a good one. In 1983, Luigi was drafted by 3 different leagues as a junior and would venture to the Belleville Bulls of the Ontario Hockey League, where he was by I.F. Brady. A year later, Lucci was drafted by the Hartford Whalers in the 7th round. Yes, his hard work had paid off. However, a few weeks later, he would severely injure his back in a car accident, resulting in yet another decision.
After the accident, I saw 3 doctors. The first doctor said, I can't do anything. You'll never play a sport again. The second doctor said, we could try it, but I don't think you'll ever play a sport again. And the third guy said, I can fix it.
Despite spending 6 months in a full body cast and losing a full season of hockey, Mike was fixed on fulfilling his dream. That became a reality a few years later with the Whalers, where he also received some encouragement from his captain, Ron Francis.
Anybody want any personal boxes? Any fillers? See if Zach wants any. Who else with the fillers?
Bounced around until he retired at age 26. Having just tied the knot with his high school girlfriend, Mike was ready to take the next step when Jim Rutherford called.
I knew he wanted to run the ice room. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to run the ice room. You got to remember, he was making a lot less than I was making before. So basically starting all over again.
The step back would be a step forward with Rutherford, who was in his early days of management. A year later, Mike was named GM and head coach of the Tier 2 Hockeywear Ambassadors and would win a national championship in his rookie season behind the bench. Almost a decade later, he would hold the same role with Plymouth of the OHL, where the winning continued with future stars like JT Miller, Vincent Trocek, and Tyler Seguin. Mike is proud to be connected to their accomplishments, but something else stands out even more.
I feel the best when I get a call from a guy that's a doctor or a lawyer or a fireman or whatever, and they're telling me about their life, they're asking me any questions, or telling me they had their first child, invited to their wedding. I mean, that's the greatest thing. They call for advice that they can still be active in their lives and give them some mentorship, and not just the NHL thing.
Lucci joined the Carolina Hurricanes front office in 2014 and was later named head coach of their AHL affiliate in Charlotte. Once again, success would follow Mike, who helped the Checkers to their first Calder Cup championship in 2019. He would later reconnect with Rutherford, and after one season of management with Wilkes-Barre Scranton, the 53-year-old finds himself in the NHL once again.
That work with this age group, I understand this age group. I know what makes them sick. I think I'm a very good communicator, a very good listener to players. I'll also take their input. And I'm just excited to be at the best level in the world, working with elite coaches.
Missing the playoffs is never easy, and getting knocked out on the season's final day in overtime is heartbreaking. It happened to the Penguins in 1990, but the consolation prize was well worth it. Rob Pete will have that story when IPH returns. Inside Penguins Hockey is presented by
Yep. Well, we had a lot of movement there for a little while, but it's definitely slowed down. But hopefully, some people come in and help us finish them off so we can break them tonight. But I am around tomorrow if we don't get it off tonight. But we're close on a couple things here, so let's see if we can do it. Who else can I tag for the filler? Where's Flash at? Who else? Scott. Dan. Finley. Miller, yeah, right. Brian is paid up.
And it's really hard to believe that it's been 30 years since the Penguins won their very first Stanley Cup. 3 decades. Wow, where did the time go? Now, you've forgotten. There were some pretty good veterans on that squad, and one really good kid, Rob King, has a story.
Good too. Leading it off the bench player for the Brikis Breaks. The Buffalo Sabres have scored the third goal, and here in Pittsburgh, you can hear a pin drop. Screenshot of the attack. Ewing group heated up.
Yeah, he's in this. He's got the Colts. He's in the football one. I'll try Papa again.
Overtime goal on the final day of the 1990 regular season, not the Pens in the playoffs. But he knew the loss would move the Pens higher in the draft, allowing them the possibility of drafting an 18-year-old phenom from Czechoslovakia, Jaromir Jagr. My first time I saw him.
Well, I'll tell William the same thing, actually. Maybe he'll.
He got that puck, and you can still picture it. He got that puck, he put his butt in there. You can see in the corner, as we all see.
All right, I texted Papa and William, tagged a few people in Facebook. We have a filler going, guys, with 8 left to get into the football break. It's a 50-50 filler, $41.50. You got a shot at the Dolphins. Top 5 will get in, bottom 5 won't, for $41.50. 49ers, Bears, Dolphins, Raiders, and Skins. There's also 10 left in the basketball mix. So $113 will get you 2 random teams. 2 teams for $113.
So he told us he was coming.
There was another factor that might have scared teams away. Here that Czechoslovakia's newly won independence from Soviet Union domination would be short-lived.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got the Colts in the football break.
So we get to the draft, and sure enough, he's sitting there and we're picking 5. So get Jagr in that draft. I think we picked 5th overall. That was probably the best player in the draft.
But there was still work to be done. Selling Jagr on the city of Pittsburgh is part of it.
We actually snuck him into Pittsburgh, shortened around him with his parents and his translator.
I don't like to leave it. After the draft, I flew to Pittsburgh for a few days. Great friendship with the GM, so they were afraid. I would have to go to the army for 2 years to be checked, so they didn't want to let me back to check. I had to go to the stuff. And I told my friend that and said goodbye to everybody, so I wanted to go.
Jagr avoided a stint in the Army, but there was still a final hurdle to be cleared. Buying Jagr out the contract he had with his Czech team in Kladno.
Went over to Kladno and sat down with the ownership. So I started negotiating the release fee. And the Penguins gave me a check. So when they were 250, 275, they were coming down. Kladno people were coming down. And I was getting frustrated. So I said, look, I have a check here for $75,000. I can rip it up. You can have it. I'll take care of it home. Okay. So that's how that happened.
The Pens scored big by getting Jagr, and you can give an assist to, of all people, UA Group.
Group scored a goal and like teams get like playoffs, this, that, whatever stuff, and then all of a sudden it turned out back
imagine that.
Food service? Look at home or takeout.
Are we gonna get these breaks off? We are close.
Inside Penguins Hockey is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Good day, Amy. Gus, you're playing around.
Let me give it a try. What do you think?
That's pretty good. Try another one.
How's that?
Win-win-win.
Hear from the few.
With top prizes of $500,000.
That's right.
Talk about some big winning. Keep on betting. I'm hungry all of a sudden.
Me too. Hockey fans, score a hat trick with the Barrel Ford Fast Pass Express checkout buying tool. 1. Search vehicles on our website and see our best price. 2. Create a deal that's right for your budget. And 3. Value your trade and calculate monthly payments. Don't end up in the penalty box. When you're ready to check out, get a real-time credit decision. The entire transaction is done online and home delivery is available. Take a shot on goal with the Barrel Ford Fast Pass. It's as easy as an empty net.
It was never about the goal. It was always about the goal. I didn't reach it just by training my body. My mind was well. So close your eyes. Visualize the ball. Then measure every turn of the ball. Don't stop. Bad turn. Now picture yourself staying calm and overcoming every obstacle. Open your eyes. Train what's under the eye.
I want a break. Let's break.
Who is this forward? And what are some of his interests? Let's find out.
I'd say the biggest thing is like in my group that we were quarantining with, we played cards a lot. It was like I was back home with my brother, my girlfriend, and my family would come over from time to time, and we just played. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to do, as you guys know. We couldn't really go anywhere, so we played a ton of board games, card games, just anything we could get our hands on at home. So I'd say that was probably the biggest thing, and yeah, like I continue to do it. Like I'm a huge card guy. I play with planes and everything, and just I love card games. So like card games, board games, just all this stuff that we couldn't go out, go anywhere. So we were just kind of trying to find something that we could do at home.
I look like it's been financially beneficial for you. I'll tell you. I know you've only been with the Penguins for a short time, but I think you probably have gotten a feel for some of the guys, whether you are just hanging out with them in the room or even playing with them. Which position player do you think would make for a good goaltender?
Position player for goalie, I'd say maybe Danny, Brandon Stanley up there. Just goalies are known to have a few quirks to him a little bit, and I'd say he has a couple quirks to him, and so I think he gets that pretty well.
Maybe it's a hidden skill, just like his ability to grow long hair, which I can't do. We'll talk about that some other day. Which teammate would you beat in an arm wrestling competition?
Would I beat?
Yeah. I mean, the obvious choice would be Jake Edsel, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one of the goalies. Because I feel like goalies are known for having big legs, big lower body, but not really as much upper body. So I feel like I don't really know this for sure, but I take a stab at one of the goalies, just hoping that's the same with them, that they're more lower body strength.
Okay, let's step away from your current teammates. Is there one player in the league that you played against that just gets into your skin? And I don't mean in the sense that they play dirty, but that just challenges you the most on any given night.
I guess the one guy I can remember just as a centerman, based off of a big thing for me, Ryan Getzlach, and Anaheim, we played against him a lot when I was in Calgary. He always had my number. I remember this one game, and I don't even think I won one face off against him. I was like 10. And that just, as a centerman, that bothered me. Trying to try different things and do everything he can. He's been around the league forever, and he knows all the different little
checks and stuff, and probably has a little help from the linesman too, and he has that respect as a veteran guy. So, yeah, that probably gets in our skin for sure.
Major League Baseball players get to choose their walk-ups as they come to the plate. If the NHL did that for players, what would your walk-up song be?
I don't know. I'm a big Kygo fan. Probably something like Kygo. Maybe Born to Be Yours by Kygo. That's probably one of my favorite songs. I probably go with that. It probably just didn't get me going.
Okay. 3 apps on your phone that you use the most on a daily basis.
Twitter, Instagram, and probably Euchre on my phone.
What was the last one?
Euchre. I played Euchre at card game. I play on my phone to pass the time.
Okay. That's how you stay sharp for the play rates.
Exactly. Yeah.
When it comes to your appetite, food service, do you cook or take out?
I like cooking.
What do we like to cook?
A little bit of everything. Cook some good salmon, some chicken parm, maybe. I like to mix it up. I think over the quarantine, I actually started doing Hello Fresh. You heard of that?
Yeah.
Food service. So we started doing that just because didn't want to go to the grocery store and whatnot. It's that kind of diversified my cooking a little bit. You get new recipes that you wouldn't really think of. So I did that a lot.
Okay, if you want to get into it with your captain, it's a huge chicken parm job. Okay, huge. Just throw it out there. And talking about cooking and cooking yourself, I know your roommate is great in Canada. Fun question. Is there one thing about being his roommate that just drives you nuts?
Well, actually, he's a pretty good roommate. Like we lived together in college, so
Yeah.
we're definitely mates in college. But no, he's very clean. Like always does the dishes right away. He does a lot of the cooking too, and he's always cleaning the pans and whatnot. We have a pretty good setup here.
Well, that's going to do it for this month's edition of Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins. But don't worry, we're back next month with a brand new episode, all new stories. Until then, I'm Dan Cash.
This is my first time trying on glasses at home.
I went to Gordon Parker's website and I picked 5 trades that I really liked. Virtual try-on is perfect. The creative look like on my face, like the way it's just swipe and switch. I'm thinking, I think these are
That was so easy. It's so fun and fabulous.
the following program already in progress. Players here at Alpha 8
was to show you, we wanted to give customers something different than just the interior lights. We start headlight. And also, if you do get out at the end of your drive, it's raining, you of course have camera.
They're not really in the door. It's definitely a British car. I'm scared to ask you this question before I take it for a spin. How much is this worth?
In dollars, perhaps around 250,000. But the reality is that it's just a starting point.
Suddenly the Alpha 8 buy-in seems affordable compared to this. I don't even have a full door shut. This is when you know you've made it. When you can imagine a Rolls Royce. And that's for it.
Okay. I guess I'll start sorting this Bowman break.
Now it all makes sense why these are the best cars. They really are incredible.
Now it all makes sense why Lynn isn't always such a good mood. Look at that. She gets to play with Rolls Royces, and I get to tell you what the prize pool is. But you know what? That's not too shabby because it's enough for a Rolls Royce over 350,000 pounds going to third place. And of course, first is when these guys have their sights set on. Philip Gruesom's still the chip leader. Scott Seaver in second. Tobias in third. Tobias Rankemeyer. Pocket Queens. Raising on the button to 35,000. While he feels a little bit closer to first, he gets down such a big hand on the button. Philip out of the way, and it's back over to Scott Seaver with 10-9 off suit. Pretty standard defend from Scott with his chip stack. And the flop is 4, Jack 7. Scott checks with the gut shot straight draw. Two queens still way out in front. Toby started this hand with 300,000 chips. The blinds being 18 and 16,000. So Toby under 20 big blinds. The blinds being 8 and 16,000. So Scott here flops some equity with 10-9, flopped a gut shot, not going anywhere to Toby's continuation bet. Yeah, he check calls 37,000. And the turn is a 10. Definitely improving Scott's hand, giving him a pair of 10s to go along with the straight draw. Not a great card for Toby, but still definitely worth a second bet, especially with Toby's chip stack here. I think he's willing to bet and get all in. 158,000 in the middle. Toby's thinking about how much he wants to fire. And he settles on 65,000. Less than half the pot. This leaves Toby with about 150,000 remaining in the stack. Action back on Seaver. What's he thinking? Well, he's thinking about the stacks. He's thinking about the equity he has in his hand. And he's decided that it's worth a call here for 65,000. We'll see a river, 288,000 in the pot, and it's the ace of clubs. This is a card that will usually freeze the action, usually make it go check, check here. You have third club and an overcard to the two queens. Action on Seaver. And he moves all in. Wow. And this is an illustration of what really separates the good players in poker from the truly great players. Scott Seaver, recognizing the fact that his pair of 10s is probably not good enough to win, understanding that he can put the pressure on Toby for his tournament life. Scott having Toby out-chipped, even if he were to lose this pot, would still be alive in the tournament. And remember that Toby doesn't have that many chips. He just knows that he beats absolutely nothing, and he folds the winner. Yeah, he really, again, he doesn't beat very much. The only draw that Scott has that makes sense from Toby's point of view is maybe 5-6. But the flush draw got there, a bunch of two-pair hands got there, so it's really tough for Toby to call with just two queens. And Toby absolutely hating that spot that Scott put him in with just one pair and over twice his stack in the pot, but he's feeling like he can't call it off for his tournament. Such big jumps between the payouts make it even harder. Pull the trigger stack. Toby now under 10 big blinds, which is why he moves in with queen 2 suited, not a premium hand. As Seaver looks down at king jack suited. Also in hearts, makes the call, and it's a big uphill climb for Toby if he wants to avoid elimination. Toby a little bit fortunate that he's not dominated. Both his queen and 2 are live. Deuce is a hot, right? No? I'm not rooting for you. They're not rooting for each other. And the flop is 9 queen 7 Toby. Fortunate to make the best hand here. Not sure whether he felt the need to point out that they weren't rooting for each other. I don't think anybody assumed that they were. Scott with a gut shot straight draw and an overcard. Either a 10 or a king would give him the win. And he had a card, and Toby's going to be doubling through. About 7. Here comes the river. It's a jack. Seaver makes a pair, but not big enough. Toby is going to double up. Almost heads up against his card. Almost what are you talking about? That's very disrespectful.
Boy, that is expensive. Not my problem. Not my problem. Not my problem. Hi, George Foreman and family here. And like millions of homeowners, we got tired of getting sucker punched with an expensive home system and appliance therapy. And not anymore. Because now for about $1 a day, we have choice of warranty.
They cover over 25 major systems and appliances, including heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen, and laundry.
And if they can't fix it, they're replacing. You'll never pay for the cover and repairs again.
For about $1 a day, get Choice Home Warranty. Call now and get your first month free.
While the rest pay
Well, not looking great, but you never know. I'm still sitting here sorting this Bowman. It'll be a little while, so I'll sit here and stay live in case we fill them. But if not, we'll do them tomorrow.
only Choice Home Warranty has the heavyweight protection plan that assures you'll never pay for coverage breakdown again.
With Choice Home Warranty, I save thousands of dollars and zero headache. I can make one painless phone call, and they're not going to take advantage of me.
So when your water heater, fridge, washing machine, throw in the towel,
Don't let fixing it be your problem. Call Choice Home Warranty before they break down.
For about $1 a day.
Choice Home Warranty can't fix it.
They'll replace it.
Never pay for covered home repairs again.
Call right now for your free quote and we'll include your first month free. Call in the next 10 minutes and as a special gift from George, get free limited roof repair coverage. Never pay for covered home repair bills again. Remember, if we can't fix it, we'll replace it. Call now to get a free quote and your first month free. Call in the next 10 minutes and get free limited roof repair coverage. Call 800-517-7986. 800-517-7986. 800-517-7986. When it comes to men's malpractice, Harry Coder's business has over 30 years of experience. Chances are, we successfully handle cases very similar to yours. Go to mednow1.com, type in keywords, and search our database. Harry Coder.
You like action? We're the experts. I'm Lisa Kearney, host of FanDuel's More Ways to Win. Steelers betting tips and so much more on More Ways to Win. Watch AT&T Sportsnet Pittsburgh every Saturday at 10 and Sunday at 10:30 a.m.
It's time to go Toyota. With a great selection of rugged four-wheel drive and year-round all-wheel drive vehicles. Starting with the Adventure RAV4. Or any of the 10 models to choose from at your Toyota dealer. Included for the first time ever, Champ. Now available with all-wheel drive. Learn more at some dealers on buyatoyota.com. See your Toyota dealer at four-wheel and all-wheel drive specialists. Toyota. Best business.
This is cellulose acid, plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard, custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Justin is paid up.
on medical malpractice, working with a wide network of medical specialists to achieve maximum results. Harry Cohen and Associates, 1-888-MedNow1 or MedNow1.com.
I think it was Toby and Scott. Sean had a scenario like this, top 5 in the world, at least, if not even better. And yeah, so this was like one of the toughest lineups possible, I think. So I hope we will get to see those lineups more.
In spite of that, it almost feels like Philip appreciates the opportunity to challenge himself against this kind of competition. And we differ in that way. I'd rather just not find a couple of fish.
Yeah, I really respect that competence, Phil. Even though he's obviously an incredibly talented player himself, he's able to, be humble enough to give his opponents that type of respect.
Might explain some of his all-ins earlier. Doesn't want to be faced with additional decisions and maybe wants to get a little bit lucky against these guys.
Yeah, putting him to big decisions pre-flop so he doesn't have to make tough decisions post-flop. But again, Phil is such a talented player that I think he can hold his own.
He throws the 9-4 offsuit in from the button, giving Seaver a chance to just limp in with ace-10 off.
So much of the time. One, like 360. Happy to house. Thanks.
Tobias has 7 deuce offsuit. Oh, but that's not going to stop him from trying to win this spot right now, raising to 55,000. And Seaver moves all in, making quick work of that bluff.
Yeah, Toby subscribing to the strategy of making aggressive moves with both the top and bottom of his range. Unfortunately for him, Scott had a big hand and he had to let it go.
Well, Scott's second in chips right now. Philip in the lead. Tobias in third.
That's too much. I just could see the things I did over there. I got them confused.
Gruesome looks down and sees a hard 8, pocket 4s. He'll raise it up to 40,000. Ace-5 off for Scott and a quick fold.
Yeah, small blind is always a little bit tricky. I think it's a reasonable fold with a junk ace from Scott. He's out of position, and there is Toby behind him with just about 12 or 13 big blinds.
Toby with ace-3 off.
So less than 300, right?
Yes, the wheel part, that's nice. That's the real part. It is really cool, right? It's okay, I don't think it doesn't have for 3 blocks. That's so cool. I didn't know how to play that. Oh, wow. That's
And the flop is 9-6 king with a couple of hearts.
that was always hot stuff. For excitement stuff. You put it 3, so come on, who's going to be 3?
Over a 4-1 favorite to win the pot here.
Ace.
All he got to do is dodge an ace, and we know that Seaver won one of those. So it's 2 outs for Toby, and the 4 is not one of them. That gives Philip a set. Overkill, and he has busted his good friend and compatriot Tobias Myers.
Flash has taken 2 in a filler, so we got some progress here.
Action continues.
6 fillers left.
How would you like to compete on the roller coaster?
6 fillers, and we break.
Attention cancer victims use the weed killer Roundup. A federal jury unanimously found that Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup is a substantial factor in causing cancer. You may be entitled to substantial compensation if you or someone you love used Roundup and were diagnosed with cancer. Call the number on your screen now. Don't wait. There may be time deadlines to file a claim.
Call 800-924-5294. That's 800-924-5294.
Are you a victim of a high-pressure or dishonest timeshare sales agent? Were you misled? Choose with what you provide. Did the timeshare fail to deliver what you were promised? Do you feel that you overpaid and just want out? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we can help. We're Timeshare Compliance. Our team can legally terminate your timeshare agreement, ending the payments forever.
6 fillers left, guys, and we can break. There's also 10 left in the basketball mixer. You're getting 2 teams in that one.
A federal jury unanimously found that Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup was a substantial factor in causing cancer. You may be entitled to substantial compensation if you or someone you love used
6 fillers left.
Call the number on your screen now. Don't wait. There may be time deadlines to file a claim.
Call 800-924-5294. That's 800-924-5294.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you make Ford America's best-selling brand. Get a 2020 F-150 with total savings of $10,000. Or lease for just $399 a month for 24 months, only at your neighborhood Ford store.
When we started Carvana, they told us that selling cars 100% online wouldn't work. But we went to work, building an experience that lets you shop over 17,000 cars from home, creating a coast-to-coast network to deliver your car as soon as tomorrow, recruiting an army of customer advocates to make your experience incredible, and putting you in control of the whole thing with powerful technology. That's why we've become the nation's fastest growing retailer, because our customers love it. See for yourself at Carvana.com.
On Sunday, my job is to make the other team feel the rush. But off the field, what really gets me excited is getting back to the field. Teaming up with my friends at Brikis Breaks. Together, we're continuing to grow the field. My house is always open. Helping kids and struggling families need it the most. Thanks to Brikis Associates, all the fans are supporting the field. To learn more and learn how to help, go to eversnyder.com.
I love sorting Bowman.
And the best place to
It
purchase
is so fun.
featuring the perfect styles with our free local delivery. This is the perfect place for you. Because at Chili's, we know it's the moments we spend together that change us forever. Imagine a more perfect night. Chili's, the best things in life.
Funny thing is, people probably don't even want half these base cards, but because they're first Bowmans and they're chrome and stuff, we sort them. But it is a waste of time and stress and money shipping.
Godzilla is one of the toughest opponents in this field. He likes to block, he's creative, and he also has like good fundamental understanding of what's going on. Bill is just a relentless football player. He's non-stop aggression, and he's incredibly good at it. I always enjoy playing against him, so hopefully we keep it that way.
We'll see how all that mutual respect takes shape as we get heads-up action underway.
6 fillers left, $41, 50 cents. You got a 50% chance to get in the break. You got a 1 in 10 shot at the Dolphins, backed up by the Skins, Raiders, Bears, and Niners. 5 out of 10 will get in. I got 6 spots left. Once we get that and we get payments and everything in, we can break the mixer. Probably at least until midnight here, until I'm done sorting this crap. I'll give it till midnight. After that, we might have to push it till tomorrow.
In terms of experience playing heads up, Scott's played a lot of heads up online. He's a very, very talented, very good player.
King 10 Jack on the flop. 6 is still ahead, but not in love with that for player's check.
Not a great flop for either player.
And the turn is a 6. Seaver with a set of 6s now. But Gruesome has picked up a draw.
Yeah, Philip Gruesome turning the nut flush draw to go along with his gut shot and ace high.
He's going to lead right out 65,000.
I actually wouldn't mind a raise here from Scott. It would look so odd to check the flop and then raise this card. But Scott electing to just call.
130,000 more into the middle, and the river card is an 8.
And if I was still, then I had bet the turn with my draw and not gotten there, I would feel committed to betting the river. It's tough to just give up.
But that's exactly what Gruesome has done. Knuckling over to Scott, who has to feel comfortable with a set of 6s.
Oh yeah, maybe Philip picked up something on Scott. It's hard to tell. Phil's normally relatively aggressive, but Scott, with his huge set of 6s, does bet for value on the river. Philip with just ace high can't call.
So advantage Scott Seaver in the early going. Gruesome now. Looks down at ace queen.
Huge hand. Heads up.
Lines are at 12 and 24,000. Philip makes it 50,000 to go. Scott defends with 7-3 suited, and look at this. Ace A7 on the board. Seaver quickly checks.
Yes, Seaver's hand is not that strong, but on this board, it's actually pretty decent. 2 aces makes it less likely that Philip has an ace, and Philip's going to continuation bet on a board like this with almost all of his hands that he raised pre-flop with.
Scott check calls 50,000, and on the turn, this is trouble.
Yeah, Scott makes a full house, but it's the under full house. Any ace in Philip's hand would have Scott drawing dead, or at least dead to quads.
Scott checks it, and this time, Philip bets.
Philip, in fact, does have the ace, as we can see, and elects to bet a relatively small amount, just 75,000 on the turn, when he bet 50,000 on the flop. I think trying to get some of Scott's weaker flop calls to continue, hands like king high.
River card is a 9, changing nothing. Seaver again checks.
Seaver staying in rhythm, continuing to check every street, knowing that the best he can do is get value from a bluff from Philip.
Now, Gruesome's job here is to come up with a number he thinks he can get paid off with. 350,000 in the middle. What is that number?
Well, at this point, I don't think Philip expects Scott to necessarily call on the river with a king, so he's hoping Scott does have a 7 and can bet a pretty healthy amount if he does.
155,000 was the bet, and he did get paid off. Seaver can't get away from 7 full.
Good bet size from Philip there, wins a nice healthy pot. Not much Scott can do. I think I like the way Scott played the hand throughout, just a little bit cooler with having the bigger full house.
So Seaver takes a hand, and Gruesome takes a hand. Back and forth these two go as the action continues from London. What does Scott Seaver think is the most significant hand he's played all tournament? Log on to WPT.com and find out. K8 for the week. Follow WPT.com. Fun, exciting poker. You play for free. The big day. Do we have a winner? I believe this.
Well, if anyone's hanging out, I got a filler going with 6 left to break this football. It's $41.50. We could do a little mini if there's enough people interested in that. 6 left, $41.50 gets it done.
You mean washing the stones?
The general will ensure you, even with a less than perfect driving record, for example, you can get online. Go to the Denver States of Time.
Attention cancer victims who use the weed killer Roundup. A federal jury unanimously found that Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup was a substantial factor in causing cancer. You may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you or someone you love used Roundup and were diagnosed with cancer, call the number on your screen now. Don't wait. There may be time deadlines to file a claim. Call 800-924-5294. That's 800-924-5294.
The balance is on your driving times for worse than your pulses. It's going to be a stretch to make those payments.
Call Consolidated Credit. They can lower your interest rates to get you out of debt fast without destroying your credit. The program works. Call Consolidated Credit. Call 1-800-221-9054. 1-800-221-9054. substantial compensation. If you or someone you love used Roundup and were diagnosed with cancer, call the number on your screen now. Don't wait. There may be time deadlines to file a claim.
Call 800-924-5294. That's 800-924-5294.
This is my first time trying on glasses at home.
I went to Gordon Parker's website and I paid $5, played what I really liked. Virtual trial is perfect. Like they look like they're on my face. Like look at it. Just swipe and switch. I'll be
That was so easy to do. So fucking bad. FanDuel has made it incredibly easy to bet the big game. You know what game I'm talking about. Legally, I'm not allowed to say the word but I'm gonna. All your favorite bets are on FanDuel Sportsbook. The coin flip, same game parlays, the first touchdowns, any touchdown. Here's the best part. New users can get exclusive 55-1 odds on either team to win the FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
Imagine the possibilities. Enjoy the outdoors on your new deck. When you trust your deck or roofing project to Nick Benson, you'll always be upright. Generations of satisfied customers would agree. And Benson for decks. All of the business model. Imagine the possibilities. Adding the safety and beauty of the new decks. And then Benson comes really ensures that you'll find the perfect mix. It's all right. Generations of satisfied customers would agree. And Benson.
London Bridge, not the only bright spot in the city this evening.
Flash is paid up for the filler.
Inside our tournament arena, 5 WPT Alpha 8 London title.
We are heads up between American pro Scott Siever and German pro Philip Brusum, two of the top players in the world.
Last level. It's gonna be last level.
Gruesome on the button, declaring that this will be the last level. Lines are at 15 and 30,000. Gruesome min raises to 60,000. Seaver calls with ace-3 of hearts. And the flop is deuce, queen, jack, of hearts.
Yeah, big flop for both players. Scott flopping the nut flush draw and Philip Brusum flopping top pair. You could even see it getting all in here depending on how Scott decides to play his flush draw.
Well, he has checked it over to Philip, who is betting 70,000.
Scott's thinking about whether he wants to raise or not. I think he has enough equity to get all in, but he does decide to just call and see a turn card.
And that turn card is a 4.
The 4 is actually a good card for both players. Scott turns a straight draw to go along with his flush draw. And Philip's going to feel pretty comfortable betting the turn for value. It's going to be tough if he wasn't beaten on the flop for him now to be beaten.
Scott did check it over to Philip, and with 260,000 in the middle, Gruesome is going to bet 145,000. What do you do if you're Seaver?
I think, again, Scott has two legitimate options. I mean, he did turn in some more equity with his straight draw, and if he wants to raise and put pressure on Philip, I think that would be pretty reasonable. But again, he has so much equity that even this big bet by Philip, he could just check and call and hope to hit on the river, especially since that straight would be so disguised.
And let's see, the river is a queen, giving Gruesome trip queens. Seaver checks it over to Philip.
The pot's now about 550,000.
Gruesome moves all in.
Yeah, Gruesome has just under a pot-sized bet here. He wants to make this look like a bluff and maybe get called by, just a pair of jacks, if that's what Scott had. Scott, thinking about it with ace high, I don't think he's genuinely contemplating this call. He does beat some hands because Philip could be bluffing with a missed flush draw of his own or maybe a missed straight draw. But ultimately, I think Scott has too many bigger hands in this spot to call him with such a weak hand. Unless he gets a physical read from Phil, it's tough to make a call here with such a weak hand.
And Seaver is going to let it go along with a significant number of his chips, which slide over to Philip Gruesome, adding to his chip lead.
Bad river for me. Bad river. Very, very, very bad river. Oh, yeah, flash drop. Very bad river.
Lines have gone up to 20 and 40,000 now. Seaver looks down at ace-7 offsuit and limps on the button.
Yeah, you see players limping a lot more once they get under, 30 big blinds heads up. Scott has shown that he's willing to limp with very strong hands. So still, with King-Jack offsuit, deciding to play it cautious and just check behind. I actually like this play by Phil. King-Jack plays pretty well in the spot. He can flop 2 big pairs.
4, 6, 7 on the board. Swing and a miss for Philip, but he's reaching for chips. Seaver, meanwhile, has top pair with an ace kicker.
Yeah, good flop for Scott. I don't love this lead by Philip. This board is going to hit a decent amount of Scott limping in range, and Philip really doesn't have much equity of his own.
55,000, bet and call.
Not to mention Philip is, of course, out of position versus Scott.
Turn is a 9 of spades.
So Philip was leading with a flush draw. He's now hit it. We, in fact, know that Phil just has 1 spade in his hand, the king of spades. So he's gone from not much equity to now a king-high flush draw.
That's 115,000.
The start not great for Scott Seaver. Scott having just a pair of 7s is still leading with a flush draw. Like we said, he would have a flush or with a straight draw. He would either have a straight or potentially even a pair of 9s, which would also hit Scott's pair of 7s.
And the river is a 3. Puts 4 to a straight out there. 420,000 in the middle. And what do you do if you're Philip Gruesome? You've been called out once but twice. Can you fire a third barrel?
Yeah, I mean, that's another one of those tests between the good players and the great players in poker. The great players are able to fire that third barrel. Personally, there's no way in Phil's mind that he can think he's good here, so he does feel the need to bet to win. And from Scott's point of view, the 3 is just another terrible card. Now, any 5 is a straight, and he doesn't really beat much.
And Gruesome bets 175,000, and Seaver folds the best hand.
Yeah, you can't really blame Scott for folding there. He doesn't really beat much. I don't think he was expecting Phil to necessarily be bluffing 3 times in a row with such a weak hand, or a hand that had so little equity on the flop.
So, what do you think is who's the best live? All the rest up there. I don't know.
Tough question there, Phil. One of the reasons is that heads up is played so much more often online than it is live. A lot of these guys don't get a chance to play that much heads up live. So Scott probably doesn't have that much experience playing heads up live against that many different opponents, and most opponents just haven't played that many hands to build up a sample size.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, looks like the time has come. Scott Seaver sails off with king, queen off.
Oh, yeah, look at this. For you, Richard.
Richard Young and Igor step to the table. We get to the flop, which is 9, Jack 4.
Hey guys, I win it. Oh my God. And a spade.
Third card is a 5.
Scott looking for a king, queen, or 10 to stay alive. Otherwise, Philip will be our champion.
Here comes the river. It's a 4. Philip Gruesome is your WPT Alpha 8 London champion. Well, Scott Seaver certainly did his best, but it felt like tonight it was just destined to be Philip Gruesome.
Yeah, Philip, with that dangerous combination of great play and a good run of cards, seemed pretty much unstoppable tonight.
And he's joined by Zinko Martin.
Well done. Congratulations. Alpha 8 London champion. £862,000. That's almost 1.4 million US dollars. Huge prize money. What's going through your head right now?
I'm very happy
Absolutely. I know you have this amazing trophy. It's huge.
Yeah, we want to have an 888
Oh, yeah, you're three of them. Okay. Well, congratulations to the Alpha 8 London champion, Philip Brewster. For Eileen Ashad, Olivier Bousquet, I'm Lynn Gilmartin. We'll see you at the next Alpha 8.
You've worked hard to reach a comfortable place in life. You plan for your future. So what about your family's future? At Brikis, we help our clients look beyond their own secure financial picture to the next generations with your Fertility master plan and seamless transition planning for your families. You can relax knowing you not only take good care of you, but of those you love most.
Every family should have a master plan.
Contact us for a no-obligation review at longtime. This week the sound of Gen X AFib doubles the risk of heart death. AHN, the first to treat AFib without radiation to care of children. Now this is the sound of the song. Getting back to the
with Graham Benziger. Never turns out one-on-one.
And then the cup is delivered once again. Another contest for the Rangers awaits the Penguins. And they just got news from tonight inside Madison Square Garden, right here on AT&T. Now that once again, we're going to have these Tampa match. It's going to certainly keep things interesting, don't they? Pacers scoring at home there now 5-0-1 in one game. You just saw their most recent victory taking off the stick of Crosby, who now leads the team with 4 goals. For more ever 87, let's bring in Steve Ayers and
There was a night you bottle without the ability to be clutch, right? Sidney Crosby's had that throughout his entire career. He broke the team games again on Saturday. Well, it's great to see a healthy Sidney Crosby, and when the game's on the line, you want to have it on his stick. He said he didn't get all of it, but he got enough. And 8 overtime goals now.
Alrighty, done sorting. So, no action. Alright, I'm going to get off here in the next 5 minutes if we don't have anybody grabbing these. Austin and K Blue, you guys can send over. Flash did send over. I can keep the filler going, but so I'll try to get it filled, by tomorrow so we can break it. But if we don't get any movement here in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to call it for tonight probably. So if anyone's still floating around, let me know. But we haven't really had any action here.
put him on the ice, and the Penguins with all these injuries, he's been just standing up tall.
Also on the score sheet the other night was Teddy Blueger. He seems to have taken his game to another level. What do you see from Teddy?
I see his ability to put points on the board. You know, you have to be a threat when you're on the ice, and I think he is a threat offensively, despite the fact that defense is really a premium for this guy. 6 points on the season for Blueger, the Latvian, and a big part, an integral part. His minutes have been going up each and every game.
New York Rangers have been struggling this season. They got a lot of offensive weapons, though maybe the best is Artemi Panarin.
Well, he's the best.
All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. If anything happens, I'll get on or hit me up, or we'll try to get it tomorrow. Thanks.